Disclosure. What you need to know about disclosure. 1. Did you know employers cannot turn someone down for a job because they've been convicted of an offence if it is spent? 2. Job applicants do not need to tell their potential employers about spent convictions. But when are your convictions spent? For custodial sentences and suspended sentences, the following applies. 1. If you've been sentenced to under 6 months in prison, at the end of that 6 months, you have to wait 2 years until your sentence is spent. 2. If you've been sentenced to 6 months to 30 months in prison, at the end of the 30-month period, you have to wait 4 years until your conviction is spent. 3. For 30 months to 4 year sentences, you have to wait 7 years until your conviction is spent, unless any exceptions apply, such as being on the sex offenders register. 4. If you've been sentenced to more than 4 years in prison, then your conviction is never spent. This means you'll always have to declare it. 5. For under 18s, half each rehabilitation period. For non-custodial sentences, such as community orders, the following applies. 1. If you had a community order such as unpaid work or probation, however long it is, you have to wait 1 year from the end of that community order until your conviction is spent. 2. If you received a court fine for a criminal offence, then it's 1 year from the date of conviction until it's spent. 3. If you had an absolute discharge or a conditional discharge, then it is spent from the conviction. 4. Again, if you're under 18, you can halve the above periods. Because there are exceptions, some jobs will require what's known as a criminal record check, or a DBS. This will show someone's employer if they're not suitable for the job. This is only in cases where people are working with vulnerable people or children, etc. Because of certain spent convictions, the employer can withhold the job offer. If you have any violent or sexual convictions and you're applying for a job and think it may be an issue, then it's always best to tell the employer before they do the checks. When disclosing your offences, it's always a good idea to include a covering letter with your CV or application. This gives you a chance to let them know about the criminal conviction. Tell them you regret the offence, how your life has changed, and that you would appreciate the chance of employment. This may reassure employers who may be grateful for your honesty and prefer to employ somebody honest from the beginning. This can go in your favour.